Good morning to everybody. Kumusta naman yung ating ECQ doon sa mga nagsa-stay home? Kumusta naman kayo? Yun namang mga pharmacists na frontliners who have to go to work. I hope that okay din kayo, and I hope that you have whatever you need in order to protect yourself. We are all happy here, and we are going to start our webinar on advancing my pharmacy career by honing my soft skills. Okay, so itong subject na ito is more like we are going to go through a self-assessment, and so that moving forward, we know where we are strong and where we need to hone our soft skills. And the reason why we say honing our soft skills is because I know that all of us already have these soft skills in our professional life, but there are certain areas that we need to really hone or to sharpen the saw. So let us proceed. Maybe we can start by going through our discussion flow for this afternoon's webinar. We are going to talk, of course, about soft skills. So we will define what soft skills are and what are the soft skills that we really need in our professional career. We need to look at the soft skills that we need in order to stand out in our professional career, or the soft skills that we need in order to serve our patients and our clientele better. And finally, let's discuss a little about how we can hone these soft skills. For definition, soft skills is never really actually defined as a concrete idea. Soft skills are traits that give a person character. And so therefore, there are other terms here that are used for soft skills, like your personality, no, or your emotional intelligence, or you call it as emotional quotient. But recently, during the Holy Week, I happened to attend a retreat that was given by the Archbishop of Cubao, Monsignor Ambo David. And he talked about emotional intelligence and spiritual intelligence. So I think I have to put it there because this is actually part of the soft skills of a person. Your bearing. Sometimes they say breed, but I don't want to use the word breeding. No, so I think the word bearing is the more politically correct term for us to use. Or your drive as a person. No? What drives you? There was a TV commercial for one product before that says, "Para kanino ka gumising?" So what is your motivation in doing things? So all of this becomes part of your character, and it defines you as a person. It defines how you perform your duties. It defines you as a person and how you react to outside stimuli. Things that happen around you and then how you react, no? So all of these are part of your soft skills. And of course, I want to differentiate it from what we call as the hard skills. Hard skills are our competencies, no? The things that we do that are quantifiable. So let's say as a pharmacist, you know how to compound, no? So if somebody tells you na paano ito, no? So I have a tablet that is actually strength of 25 milligrams, but my doctor says that I need only to take 6 milligrams of that, no? So what do I do with it, or how do I go about this? So if you are a pharmacist, you don't even have to think. No, it becomes part of your skill that you know how to do all of these things. I remember one time there was a customer who called the pharmacy where I worked for before. No, tong pharmacy na ito has a helpline, or how do you call that now? Contact center. Okay. So may contact center siya. So ito si engineer kasi tumawag. Sabi niya, my mother was prescribed 6.25 milligrams of a drug. I bought from a certain drugstore, and what they gave my mother is a tablet of 50 milligram strength. When I know, as an engineer, he said, as an engineer, I know that 50 milligrams is really far from 6.25 milligrams. So I called that pharmacy and asked them how I can give the 6.25 milligram dose for my mother when the one that you gave us is 50 milligrams. But then the person at the other end of the line just answered, Sir, wala kasing ibang strength niyan. Talagang isang klase lang yan, 50 milligrams lang. And sabi niya, because I am an engineer, I just did what I have to do. I know alikot. Alikot. You remember alikot? Okay. So, hindi siya si Ali na kapitbahay natin. No? So, sabi niya, I just did an alikot. So, what I did was dissolve the actually, crush the 50 milligram tablet, and then I put it in a 10 ml. I dissolved the powdered drug in a 10 ml water. And then from there, I extracted 6.25 alicot portion. And that was the one that I gave my mother. So the engineer just said, when they called the contact center of the drugstore where I was working. And then he said that, I just want to ask if if what I did was correct. And the first pharmacist on the other line just said, yes, sir, okay naman yung ginawa mo. So you were able to give the correct dose for your patient. But then, what did you do with the remaining 10 ml? How many ml of that? So the engineer just said, I just put it in the ref, and then I'm hoping that I can extract another 6.25 from there so I can give the next dose to my mother. So this pharmacist just said, Sir, okay naman yung ginawa mo, but the moment that you mix it with water, I cannot guarantee anymore about the stability of the medicine. I think the best thing that you can do is to bring whatever you bought from that other drugstore. Can you just bring it to our drugstore and we can help you? So ganyan lang ang ginawa ng pharmacist, de gumawa siya ng paper tub. So a pharmacist knows this. The reason for that is because we learned this in school. And it's expected that all pharmacists will have that competency, no matter how simple it looks, but it is a competency of a pharmacist. That competency is actually a hard skill The moment that you crush the tablet in a way, so in pharmacy we call them as secundum artem, you are actually doing a hard skill. But then the fact that you say na, okay, we can do it for you, even if you bought it from another drugstore, but I can help you. So just bring it here and then let us do our thing. Kaya yung ganyan. So that's a soft skill because if you don't have that kind of soft skill, you just say, ay sir, tama naman yung ginawa mo. Okay na yun. Or you can say, sir, you can go back to the drugstore where you bought it and ask them to help you. So these are things that define you. No? So if you are a pharmacist and you react to that kind of situation in the way that you are able to help a person with empathy, to help that person because you feel that it is your responsibility as a pharmacist to make sure that the patient will get the right dose, then that is a soft skill. And it defines you. There are pharmacists. No? So as far as I can conjecture, there are about 35 active pharmacists in the Philippines. More or less, they have the same core competencies. Of course, we have different specializations, but we have the same core competencies. But each pharmacist have different ways of doing things. And these ways of doing things, it what defines a pharmacist. No? This is an individual trait already of a pharmacist. And that definition of that pharmacist is because of the soft skills that they possess or that they emanate. It emanates from how they do things because it is how they are defined as a person. Okay. So, I want to tell you another story. Dami nating stories ngayon. Okay. So, here's a story of two pharmaceutical marketing managers. Okay. So they work for the same company. They have more or less the same functions. They have the same goals. One of them has good looks. Is good looks a soft skill? Hindi naman siguro, no? But it helps. It helps in the character of the person, no? It gives confidence. He drives flashy cars. Mabait naman siya. Mabait siya to the point that he cannot say no to people. He is quiet. He is patient. He is efficient. Ito yung pwede nating i-define as cool. Cool. The other one also has good looks actually. Mabait din siya. But when it comes to work, he is so exacting. Demanding. But then sometimes, demanding naman siya in a malambing way. He knows how to delegate. He knows how to get the data that he wants. At the end of the day, sasabihin natin, if I compare the two, mas gusto ko tong isa kasi ang bait eh. Ito, ang daming demands. Ang daming hinihingi sa akin. But then, when it comes to deadline, when it comes to cut off, who do you think will give results? The one who is so mabait, na sige lang, okay lang, sige mamaya na yan. Or the one who drives you to do the things that you need to do for you to be able to get the result and for him to be able to get the result. The first one is defined as efficient. The second one is defined as effective. So it's up to you now. Who do you think will you find to be a better marketing manager to work with? Always remember that whatever small things that you can contribute contributes to the success or the achievement of the goal of the organization. So yun. I won't judge, but as a key player in at that kind of environment or that kind of organization, as a person, as a pharmacist, I can also apply my soft skill of being able to give my feedback to each of these two managers so that at the end of the day, my contribution, the contribution of all the others in the organization, and his own contribution will be able to have a collective achievement. And this becomes now the collective achievement of the organization. Each of us needs our intelligence, they need our competencies, but all of this will be grounded together, will be put together by the soft skills that are contributed by each of the member of the association. Okay. So personality natin yan, okay? Emotional quotient, our spiritual quotient, our bearing as a person, our personal drive. Okay. So let us look at our first slide. Our next slide. Ako, ano pa, nabubulol na ako. Okay pa ba tayo? Kasi medyo nabubulol ako eh, no? Parang I just want to reach out to you. Okay. Now, let us see that we are in our workplace. Pharmacist ako. Nakikita mo dyan sa picture, may pharmacist dyan, di ba? Pharmacist is doing their thing. But much as we plan our day, there are stimuli that comes our way. Itong stimuli na to will now challenge, no? My intellect, it challenges my competencies, it challenges my personality. Kung titingnan natin ito, our intellect gives us our knowledge base, no? So knowledge set, okay? Whatever we know, whatever we learned in schools. And then our skills, the hard skills, the competencies. Pharmacist tayo. So as I said, we have the same core competencies. And then meron tayong soft skills. How this pharmacist responds to the stimulus, respond to that situation that comes our way, will depend now on the interplay of our intellect, of our competencies, and our personalities. What we know, what we do, and our soft skills, how we do things. And then we give our response. So this response may be different from one pharmacist to another pharmacist to the other pharmacist, because it depends now on his interplay of the intellect, the hard skills, and the soft skills. So magkaiba ito. Okay? Ano ba yung mga hard skills ng pharmacist? Pwede nating sabihin yung compounding, no? Which I gave an example earlier. Let's say the preparation of a patient care plan, drug information, But then, being a pharmacist, we are not confronted by only these things, no, that say, ito yung pinag-aralan ko, ito yung pwede kong gagawin, no. So in the drugstore, ang dami nating mga unplanned situations. Especially ngayon, itong sa COVID response natin. Wow, ang daming unplanned, no? But then how we respond to that will now be an interplay. So what will you put weight more on, your intellectual capacity, your skills, competencies, or your personality or soft skills? Dito na yung ano mo, how do you weigh things out, no? Your response will depend on your independent will. Kasi meron tayong independent will eh. It depends on your conscience. We know ethics. We have our own understanding of what is right and what is wrong. Your imagination. How do you do things? How 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 will my role model do this? Paano gagawin ito ni Yoli Robles? Ayan, di ba? And my self-awareness. Can I do it? Will I be able to convey the message that I want to put across? Yun, self-awareness. Okay? Now, in that particular situation, you seize that initiative to do whatever is necessary for you to do whatever you need to do, consistent with your principle. Ito na ngayon yung response na pwede mong gawin. Na iba yung magiging response mo compared sa response of another pharmacist. Kasi magkaiba itong interplay na ito, no? Your will, your independent will, your conscience, your self-awareness. Can you do this? Is this your strength? Is this your weakness? Do I need help? Ito ngayon. Humility is also a soft skill. The ability to determine my weakness and the ability and the humility to seek help so that we can give the best patient care that we can offer. Okay? So, in the next slide, this slide, I can show you some of the soft skills that are needed in a pharmacy environment. Okay? Whether you work in a laboratory, in a community pharmacy, or in a hospital pharmacy, ito yung soft skills na nag-play. So, can you just take a look at all of this? And then I'll give you 1 minute to tick 5 soft skills that you think is the most important in your workplace. Okay? And that 1 minute starts now. Okay. So I think a lot of you already messaged na done na kayo sa survey. Okay. So can we proceed? Ayan. Can you see the slides?
Ma'am, you can scroll the slides to see the results.
Yeah, I'm asking the audience. Okay. So 68 of the audience voted. Wow. Ito palang ginagawa nung iba. Okay, so scroll. How do I scroll this? Ito na.
Yeah,
Ayaw.
just hover your cursor, then with your mouse scroll po. I can do it for you. Here.
Ayaw.
There po. Can you see it, no? There. Critical thinking, 38. Teamwork,
Okay.
48. Okay.
Okay na. Sige, paki-read na lang. Ayaw eh.
Ayaw po. So, the top
Ito na.
answer.
Okay.
Okay. You got it, ma'am?
Yeah. So, teamwork. Ito ba yun? Yeah,
Yes, yes.
communication. Then, compassion. Responsibility. Ano pa ba? Yan. Decision making. Flexibility and adaptability. Okay, good. Let's go back to the slides. Okay na ba? Okay. So, ganito yon, no? So, all of this, so sabi niyo, you already chose which ones are. So, I'll give you some scenarios. Okay. Ito ngayon, sa COVID response, no? A group of rheumatologists, okay, expressed their concern about the of HCQS for their patients who are immunocompromised. Mga lupus patients, for example. Kahit sa ang drugstores, medyo wala ng stocks ng HCQS. How will you respond? So ito yun, no? So you can just say, there are some who will just say, sorry talaga, wala na talaga kahit saan pa. Kahit saan ka pang drugstore pupunta, talagang wala na talagang stocks niyan. Okay? Or pwede rin naman na hanapan mo ng solution. Sasabihin mo, kasi these are doctors who came to you, ha? Hindi yung patient mismo. Maybe you can tell the doctor, Doc, I can help you find. So if you have several branches, you can say, I can take a look at the stock level of my other branches, and then I will just call you. Ang wala na, maybe you can already tell the doctor na there is already a supply problem, and it's happening globally. Dito sa Pilipinas, talagang nahihirapan na din talaga. Already, Doc, can you already start looking for alternative? So yun, at least the doctor will know the situation. Kaysa sasabihin mo lang, talagang walang stock, Doc eh. Diba? So, paragi nating naririnig, be a solution. Don't be part of the problem. So ito yung isang scenario, no? Pwede natin itong i-discuss later, but then we don't have time to discuss that. Here's another scenario. Mother, kasi ACQ din, di ba? a mother came to your drugstore showing you a fully served prescription for an antidepressant. Ang sabi niya, ma'am, kailangan na kailangan lang talaga ng anak ko makainom ng gamot na ito. Wala pong clinic yung doktor. Close ang mga clinic. Pwede ba, can I buy just so that my son can take the medicine? How are you going to resolve this problem? Okay? Remember that our scenario is naka-ECQ. Itong mother na ito ay baka galing sa isang barangay, naka-lockdown, walang doktor, no clinic. May dala ng seta, fully served. Anong gagawin mo? Anong gagawin mo? Sure that if we have 20 pharmacists, we will have 20 different ways of responding to this kind of scenario. Okay? So I am not saying na yung isa mali, yung isa tama, but I am just posing to you a scenario where you are going to put a display of your response using your knowledge about the drug, knowledge about the law, knowledge about ethics, your competencies, and of course, your soft skills. How are you going to put the action that you think is necessary for you to be able to help your clientele, but at the same time for you to able to stick to your practice standards and legal foundations of our practice. Okay? I can see that there are some proactive empathy, may comments dito. And explain to the patient na I can give you your usual dose. The patient have to take it the same way he always does. But please notify your doctor about the extension of use. Yan po ang gagawin ko. It all boils down to empathy. Okay? Another comment says, assess the prescription of the antidepressant, especially the date. If there's a contact number of the doctor on the RX, then we may call the doctor up, okay? Or I will refer the patient to have online consultation if no access to internet, and we just dispense and do proper drug counseling. Okay? So we have 3 responses. Lahat naman ito ay tama. But makikita nyo yung difference. Di ba? So, it depends. It depends. Lahat naman sila tama. And I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to judge. Ang galing di ba? I would contact the physician if possible. If contact cannot be established, it would be on the discretion of the pharmacist. I would give a 1-day dose daily until contact with the physician can be established. I will show empathy to the patient and let them know to tell their doctor on their next visit. Assess first the RX with an interview, then serve by getting the patient's info for monitoring. Basta I explain lahat. Okay? So we say we have 5 pharmacies, we have 5 different ways of doing it. Lahat tama, iba-iba ang so this is what I say that it defines you as a pharmacist. Okay? But ang galing. Wow. Gusto ko to. Okay. Now earlier, we had a survey. Titingnan natin, very scattered ito, di ba? Soft skills. Pwede natin siyang i-group into 3, no? So all of the things that we had earlier, so andito na ngayon, we just classify them into 3 different groups. So sasabihin natin, the big group on leadership, meron tayong mga soft skills dito. communication is part of leadership skills, no? The way you are able to convey your message so that all of the people under your leadership will go towards the same goal, towards the same direction. Kailangan yan ng communication. Kailangan i-communicate what is the contribution of each of the members of the group. Remember, ngayon usong-uso yung anong ambag mo. So may ambag tayo, no? So in an organization, yan, no? So for a leader, you should have critical thinking skills, responsibility, problem solving, time management is part of that, organization, self-motivation, decision making. Ayun, communication ulit. Okay. Then we have the next group. I put it under people skills. No? How do you interact with people within your group? Or interpersonal with the persons that you are working with or working for. You collaborate, for example, with doctors. Doon sa responses ninyo, ang marami dito nagsabi, no, that you will call the doctor, you interact with the doctor. So how do you do that? There are a lot of things, no? Meron tayong another separate training for that. Kasi we need to know how to talk with doctors, no? So kailangan pa rin dito communication. Then teamwork, your flexibility, your adaptability, how you adapt to a certain situation. Anong gagawin mo? Walang computer. Brownout. Conflict management. Awareness of individual differences. Example, dito sa drugstore mo lang, meron kang 5 PA. Iba-iba ang ugali. So how will you handle this? Iba-iba yung needs nila. Iba-iba yung skills nila. You have to be people-centered. You have to have initiative. You have to be motivational. So people skills yan. And then the third set, I put under empathy. Empathy. So empathy, kailangan din ng communication. So you see, dito sa tatlo, leadership, people skills, at saka empathy, communication is there. So one major soft skill talaga ang communication skills. But anong klaseng communication? Marami din yan, no? What we need is for us, being the source of the information, to be able to convey that message to the recipient of the information in such a way that we will have a meeting of the minds. We will have a level of understanding that what I want to convey is what really comes across to you as the receiver. Kaya lang, each of these will have different ways of communication. No? So I can communicate at an intellectual level. Intellectual level. Okay. I can also use verbal communication. But for empathy, more on body language. You don't have to say a lot of things. No? Sometimes you just do things and you are already showing your communication to the patient that everything will be all right. A tap on the shoulder, a simple exchange of glances. Yun, no? Dramatic yan. Stress management, compassion, sensitivity. Itong sensitivity, there's a law on that. You have gender and ano ngayon, God? Gender and development. So kasama na dyan yung cultural differences, religious belief, sexual preferences, andyan na yan lahat. Social class, A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Appreciation. You know, I have a motto in life. Ang sabi kasi dito, the deepest need of a person is to be understood and appreciated. That is paramount. So if I look at my coworker, how will I put across a message that tells that person that he is appreciated, that he is understood? Even if a person commits a mistake, there is still that empathy, that you understand the situation and you understand the reason why certain thing has been done, and you are able to communicate to that person the mistake in such a way that he will learn from that mistake and grow from there. So that is empathy. Another scenario, you are the branch manager or you are the pharmacist in that particular branch, and you have seen already that there is bickering among your pharmacy assistants. Pag mayroong mga ganyang bickering, ang hirap na no? It affects efficiency. It creates negative vibes in the workplace. And eventually, it will negatively impact organizational goals. What are you going to do as the manager? Okay? So yun, another scenario yan. I think a little delay siguro sa mga comments, no? Kasi yung mga comments dito doon pa sa previous scenario. Anyway, okay lang. So the same scenario, no? Like you are in the hospital, you're working in a hospital pharmacy. Because of this COVID thing, you saw already that your staff members, your staff pharmacists are all afraid. They feel unappreciated. They're tired. Tired kasi 8-hour duty, lalakad ka pa ng mga lalakad ka pa ng mga 2 hours siguro just to get to your house o magbabicycle. So you know all of these things. How can you show empathy? Ayun, may mga comments na tayo, no? Doon sa bickering, tanggalin yung pasimuno. Yeah, tama ba yung Tagalog ko? Pasimuno. Talk to them separately in private. Ito naman, ito, cheerleader is, cheerleader, ay, no? Hindi ko naman, no? Andyan, may comment kasi si Dean Donna Dian, no? Sabi niya, congratulations for participating in the poll. Tapos sabi dito ni, bingo ma'am, bickering among the team affects organizational goals. We need leaders who can handle conflict. Never humiliate them. Know that the situation first and what is the cause of the conflict. Heart-to-heart talk. Putting yourself in someone else's shoes. Talk to them properly. Ayun, di ba? So anyway, yun. Pwede natin, pwede, so doon naman sa mga PA who are tired, afraid of COVID, unappreciated, kahit wala ng communication, di ba? Sabihin mo lang, okay ka pa ba? Kaya pa ba? Kaya natin to. O, di ba? Meron kang baong candy. Ito, mag-candy ka muna. Cheeseburger muna tayo. Or magpa-banana Q. Ayun. Remember na companies put a high premium on soft skills. Sorry ha, nandito si Med Express at saka itong Lucena MMG General Hospital. Okay? I use your advertisement. No? Wala namang problema dito sa advertisement na ito. And these are old advertisement kasi baka may biglang mag-a-apply. These are old ads, no? So no longer applicable now. But I put it here because I want to show why companies put a high premium on soft skills. So dito, hiring of pharmacy assistant. All the other skills there, pero ang sabi niya, possesses good interpersonal and communication skills. Those are soft skills. Then attentive to details, analytical, and they are result-oriented. Yun ang gusto niya sa mga nag-a-apply. No? Dito naman is looking for a staff nurse. Ang sabi niya dito, with good communication skills, hardworking, can work under pressure. Lalo na ngayon, di ba? COVID, no? Work under pressure. Those are soft skills. Pag sasabihin mo, for example, board passer, ay naturally we know, pumasa siya sa board exam kasi meron siyang hard skills. Okay? Yun yung tinitest in the board exam. Then computer literate. Computer literate is a hard skill. And then preferably with IVT training. Hard skill din yan. Okay? Pero kung titingnan mo, makikita mo talaga, meron siyang element of soft skill requirement. Ngayon, pharmacist. Ma'am, bakit wala kang example na hiring of pharmacist? Kasi lahat ng mga nakita kong advertisement for hiring of pharmacist, ganito lang eh. Wanted pharmacist. With or without experience. Wow. Di ba? Kasi kailangan na kailangan nila tayo. There is a shortage of pharmacists. They need a pharmacist in the establishment for them to be able to continue operations. Walang age requirement. Meron akong pharmacist na actively going to the drugstore even at the age of 80 plus years old. Okay, so walang much qualification there. Ang ano lang natin dito is licensed pharmacist. Ganyan lang. But the moment this pharmacist goes for interview, most likely the interview is on soft skills. If the interviewee is given a scenario to respond to a situation, and the interviewer is going to assess that applicant based on soft skills. So mostly based on soft skills. Okay? Remember that you are hired as a pharmacist. But others who applied are also pharmacists. If we work in a certain organization and there are 12 of us pharmacists here, all of us were hired because pharmacists. Equal footing. Wala naman, hindi naman hinire yan dahil magna cum laude siya, 7th placer siya sa board exam, or meron siyang backer. So we are all hired on the same footing, the same level, the same hard skills. Whatever else need to learn in terms of competencies, we will learn along the way. But how are you going to show that you are cut above the others? Soft skills. Soft skills lang talaga. Okay? Why do companies put a premium on soft skills? Because in a company, you optimize individual performance. Because the individual performance will contribute to the overall performance of the company. You know, it's like a jigsaw puzzle. No? Each of the pieces in the puzzle have different shapes. When you put them together, you will have a beautiful picture. So if there are 21, 100 of us working in the same company, at the beginning of the year, usually we are given goals, strategic goals. How are we going to achieve that strategic goal for the company? It is based on the individual goals of each of the members of that organization. So you will have a common goal, a big goal, and then each of the departments will have department goals. Then each of the person in that department will have their own individual goals. So put all of these pieces together, contributing all of these together, will have a good overall performance. Now, if you put all of that in that jigsaw puzzle, don't be the weakest link. Yun yung pinaka-personal motivation mo. I have to do things so that I contribute to the overall achievement of my department and of the whole organization. Do not be the weakest link. Which reminds me, stay home tayo, di ba? So in our house, there are maybe 5 members of the family. We are given the same rules. You stay home, you go out only if it is necessary, do whatever hygiene guidelines, mask, wash your hands, disinfect, social distancing. So even at home, you practice social distancing. Okay. There are 3 of us in our house, in my house. Okay, me and my 2 sons. One son is a doctor. So every time he comes home, he has a certain set of ritual to make sure that he does not bring any virus into the household. My other son is a nurse. 4 years, or no, I think 6 years. 6 years na siyang hindi nag-practice as a nurse. He's doing something else. But because of this ECQ, there are about 3 patients who have a hard time looking for a nurse to take care of their needs. Okay? Yung change lang ng catheter to siphon off the mucus in the trachea and so on. Lockdown eh. Yung mga special nurse are not able to come to work. So yun, sabi niya, ito na lang gagawin ko muna, no? So, the ambag that I can do. So he's doing patient care to these 3 people as a volunteer. Wala namang monetary consideration here. But he is able to bring back yung 6 years niya na hard skills, competency as a nurse, hard skills as a nurse. Ngayon, ginagawa niya. But what drives him? Ayun. What drives to volunteer for patient care? Ito na yung soft skill niya, empathy. Kasi sabi niya, what if lola ko yan at wala silang mahanap na nurse? Diba? So kanina kasi merong nag-comment na empathy is putting yourself in the shoes of another person. So ito yung ginawa ng anak ko. So doing patient care. Kasi sabi niya, yun nga, nahihirapan, walang nurse, no? Dito sa Cebu kasi may mga individual lockdowns ng mga barangay. It so happened that we are in a barangay na naka-lockdown. Yun. So, two of them doing patient care. At ako naman, sabi nila, senior ka na eh, di ba? Nasa high risk ka. But then, yung social distancing natin, we're doing it at home. Okay? Since the lockdown, March 12, since March 12, in our household, kasi that was the time I arrived in Cebu, we already started social distancing. Okay? Since March, we were not able to hug each other or kiss each other. Kasi ang sabi namin, we follow the WHO mantra that says, the breach of one person in that household is a breach of everybody in the household. Kung isa lang magiging careless, problema buong household. So I hope we are doing okay with our social distancing even at home. Ganyan din, in a company, a poor performance of one member of the department will pull down the performance of the whole department. Okay? Kaya kailangan yung teamwork skills, for example, no? Teamwork, motivational skills, leadership skills mo, okay? Taking responsibility, delegation, so all of these things. Okay, now, nakita ko kasi, I don't know, there are deans who are here, no? Nakita ko si Dean Dian, program head. Si Beth, nandyan ba? Kasi I want to ask them a question. Okay? How do you teach soft skills in school? Kailangan natin yan. Diba? Okay. How about in work environment? Community pharmacy, in a laboratory, in a hospital pharmacy? How do you inculcate soft skills in your staff members? Si Dennis, from Nueva Ecija. Meron tayong organization, association. How do you bring out the soft skills in each of our members? How do we play together so that the strength of one will be the strength of everybody, and the weakness of one will be lifted up by every member in the group. So ganyan yung teamwork eh. Diba? Ano pa ba dito? Ito, may mga ma'am, there's a subject now called pharmaceutical care, interpersonal communication skills. Yan, maganda yan, di ba? But I think the soft skills have to be in all subjects. We usually incorporate soft skills in all professional subjects, yun, no? By giving them scenarios where they learn all of these skills. No? Upbringing. Soft skills also root from the kind of upbringing. And teach them to show empathy. Like you po, ma'am. Ayan, oh. We see in you po how you respect everyone. Ooh, my mother will be happy in heaven to hear that. Okay. Practice of pharmacy subjects. Okay, you lead by example. Nandiyan na, no? Kaya nga, sabi ko, honing na lang ito kasi I know you know all these things already. Bakit pa ba tayo nandito? Kasi we just like to talk with each other, di ba? Okay. Let me tell you a story. Kasi nabanggit na like you, ma'am, by giving example yung sa amin kanina, no? You are a great example, Ma'am Yoli. Oh, Ma'am Yoli, pero si Malin ako, ha? Okay. Anyway, but Ma'am Yoli is a very good example of a person with soft skills. Okay. Now, let's talk about myself. Okay? Ako na lang ang example kasi baka may matatamaan tayong iba, di ba? Okay. Now, I used to work as a teacher. Okay? Pharmacy teacher from the University of San Carlos. You see, I am that kind of person, maybe because of upbringing, and maybe because of the values I learned in the school where I came from. You know, I came from a school with two curriculum. Elementary and high school, dalawa yung curriculum namin. Philippine English curriculum and the Taiwan Chinese curriculum. Pag-graduate namin, dalawa yung diploma namin. It's as if we graduated like a Taiwan curriculum, no? It's Chinese. So because of that, medyo na-hone masyado yung ano namin, yung time management. Kasi may exam kami sa English, may exam kami sa Chinese, yung mga ganyan, okay? So we were really trained to work fast, to study fast, work fast, and so on, okay? Now, when I was working already, I helped the dean. I usually volunteer, no? In our school before, I don't know now, pero meron kasi noon na you have to be able to submit the final grade of the students within 2 weeks from the last day of the final exam. It has always been my habit na every time that I give an examination, I give back the papers the following meeting. No? My students can attest to that. Okay? So hindi ko tinatago yung result of the following meeting, alam na nila kada whether they pass or not. So within the 2 weeks after the final exam, maybe on the third day after the last day of the final exam, tapos na ako mag-compute ng grades ko. Here are other teachers who have a lot of backlog. Sorry ha, teachers. May mga backlog. Tapos nandun na ako, pinupuntahan ko sila sa table nila. I can help you check papers. So yan, check papers and so on. I have checked journals and so on. Now, the reason for that is because I just want everybody to submit the grades early. Because if you don't, you will not be given your next month's salary. And then there's a 500 peso at that time fine per subject per day. Okay, so I help. And then I help the dean. No? I volunteer to do student evaluation and so on. I taught my co-teachers how to use the computer. Kasi remember, hindi pa user-friendly noon eh. Naka-WordStar pa kami noon. No? So I teach them how to... So, I do a lot of things for all of these things. No? Wala lang, gusto ko lang. I just want to help. But then to the point na tinatawag akong sip-sip. Sip-sip. It's how... It depends on the beholder. Para sa akin, I just want to help. But other people see it as sip-sip. But here is what I tell you. The moment they needed a dean, kasi they need to change the dean, who do you think will they look for? Where do you think will they look for? Who do you think will they pick first? Kasi lahat kami pharmacist eh. Lahat kami teacher. Lahat kami senior. Diba? But did I do that because I want to be dean? Hindi. But other people might think that way. I don't care. I don't care. Okay? So it's just how we are brought up. Yun, sinabi kanina, no? How we are brought up. I graduated from a 5-year curriculum before. Okay? During our second year, we have our second semester of organic chemistry. Kasi at that time, 2 semesters yung organic chemistry namin. Yung second organic chemistry, synthesis na siya of organic compounds. Okay? Ito na yung you are asked to convert a carbohydrate to an alcohol, to an acid, and so on. So may mga lalagay doon and so on. No? Synthesis ang tawag. This was how my classmates became so crazy. Okay? In a whole class of 40, dalawa lang kami pumasa doon sa exam na yun. One classmate asked me, can you teach me how to do that? Okay. So, nag-tutor na ako sa kanya. Tutor. Okay, one-on-one, one-on-one, one-on-one. On the next exam, aba, nag-90 na siya. 90. Until all the other classmates learned about that tutorial. So from that time on, until we graduated 5th year, every Saturday I hold classes for my classmates. That defines me as a person. In my professional life, yun defines me. And if you know me now, that's how I am. 40 years of compassion, empathy, responsibility, people skills. And it still continues to define me now. Okay? So, ganito yan. Ngayon, are you that kind of person? No? So, I'm not saying ako lang, okay? As I said, example lang yon. Ngayon, I just want to ask you, are you the pharmacist who everybody wants to be on the same shift with? Are you the pharmacist who makes work fun? Ikaw ba yon na co-worker who is sad if you cannot join the company party? Or are your co-workers sad if you cannot be in that party? Do you motivate people and make their task seem light and easy? Ikaw ba yun? I know ikaw yun. Lahat tayo ganyan eh. Different levels. So titingnan natin yan ngayon. Which ones ba kailangan kong i-elevate konti? Which one ba kailangan ko i-tone down konti? Okay? So, ito na ngayon din. No? The other way of thinking about the relevance of soft skills is actually, how can you continue to be relevant in your workplace in the face of the fourth industrial revolution? Okay? Kailangan mga nasa computer na lahat, robotics na lahat. So ano pa bang use of a pharmacist? Okay? Yung soft skills, wala sa computer yan. In the face of, pwede na, a lot of things can be done by pharmacy assistants. Okay? How can you be relevant on your giving of medication safety measures to the clients that we serve? Another way of showing it is, how do you stand out in a crowd of pharmacists? How do you stand out in a crowd of different professionals in your organization? Soft skills. Okay? Of course, The hard skill is there. Kaya lang, given na kasi siya eh. Given na siya, all of you have that. Paano ka lalamang sa kanila? Soft skills. Okay. Next. Balik tayo dito. Remember I said na, malapit na tayo ha, time na. Remember I said na this is an interplay, how you put weight in all of this. No? So if you rely too much on your intellect, nakalimutan mo yung interpersonal, wala kang networking. Kung lahat naman networking ka lang to networking, eh wala ka namang binatbat pala dito sa mga competencies, wala ding mangyayari. So you have to be able to put a good balance in all of these things. Okay. Now before we end, yung pinaka question natin ngayon is, how do I hone these skills? First thing that you should do is, you know yourself. You do some introspection. You get feedback. No, be happy with positive, constructive criticisms. Okay, so ito yon, no. Then from there, you know your strengths. You magnify it. You know your weaknesses. You try to make sure that you improve on that. So you learn. How do you learn? You read books. You observe. Ang dami nang nagsabi kanina, role modeling. So pag meron kang role model, you emulate and try to practice it. And after that, you reevaluate. Look at the result, no? Sometimes we are happy, no? We feel so good that a lot of things has happened because of the soft skills that we have shown to people. Then you reevaluate and then go back again. Okay? I think most of you have already read 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. There are other books similar to this. You read them again. It's nice to just read them again. The other way is you join groups. You join an association, be a good member and a contributing member of the association. Join religious groups, communities. No? There you are able to meet with like-minded people. And it is where you test your character. Okay. Let me end with a statement. This says that self-growth, you want to improve yourself. Self-growth is tender. It is holy ground. It is where God, in His infinite wisdom, will hone you into the better person that you are to become. It's how you are going to show your maximum or your optimum potential. There is no greater investment than investing in self-growth. And last of all, be patient with yourself. And because we are talking of soft skills, I just want to show you what defines me. I always want to give empathy. So I'm offering you this fight song because I know that we need to fight. And you can all stand up and dance with me. It's all for you. Stay safe always.
Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Laban lang.
wow.
Matatapos din ito. Lahat ng ito. I hope to see you in person.
Bravo, bravo, ma'am. Bravo. Okay, wow. Where can you find a webinar with entertainment, right? Thank you so much, ma'am, for a very comprehensive and enlightening lecture on soft skills for pharmacy. Although, you know, as seen in the comments, it's undeniable that all the participants agree that soft skills are very important. I came up with a saying somewhere that hard skills are the foundation of a successful career, but the soft skills are the cement, so it makes a person. Yeah, and this is also attested by your shared experiences, ma'am. So we have five around 6 minutes to entertain probably one or two questions this time, not long comments or all. But if you have some questions that you'd like to address to Ma'am Malin, you could just write it, type it in our chat box. Okay. So we're seeing right now, ma'am, a lot of gratitude to your lecture. Okay.
Thank you.
Sige. Medyo na-memorize ko naman, ma'am.
Oo, no?
Okay. Yeah. So it
Looking
seems
forward
like,
to the day we can do this all together.
yeah, to be out of the monitor, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
May
all
questions
all
kayo?
positive. Yeah. No. See. There's one, ma'am.
Oo.
What can you advise? Oh, wait, it's running fast. Wait. From Fatima. What's this? Fatima? Yeah, what can you advise to the new pharmacists, ma'am? Yung mga fresh graduates and
Oh, yan. Ito sila, this is a different batch of people. They have different soft skills than us. Um, ang ma-advise ko lang is hone the skills. No? Ang galing kasi nila sa uh, interpersonal. Iba yung dynamics nila. But make sure also that you find a bridge towards the old traditional soft skills. Kasi you are living pa in a world na nandun pa rin yung mga tulad namin, may mga nandun sa generation na in between you and us. And in your workplace, nandito itong tatlong klaseng mga groups of people eh. So make sure that you have a common common line between these three generations. Yun lang.
yeah, I agree. Yes. Oh, this is interesting, ma'am. From Mona Lisa C. What do you think will be the new normal for the pharmacist?
Oh, I'm talking with another division of Unilab. Magkakaroon
Yes.
tayo ng another webinar on the new normal for pharmacy. But as ngayon, very quickly, there are a lot of things that we need to adjust in our standard operating procedures, especially in the hospital pharmacy and in the community pharmacy. A lot of things that we need to readjust on your standard operating procedure in order to respond to the new normal.
Yeah, I guess that also holds for all professions,
Yeah.
even doctors,
Uh,
nurses,
uh, uh,
to really be a
uh,
big change. There's
Uh-uh.
one more of a person. What can you advise to someone who has opportunities in expressing oneself? Example is a very shy person. How um,
Ito na yung
bring
sabi
out?
ko, the best way is for you to join a group because that is where you start to open up as a person. You know, my joke is always na SSS ako eh. No? Back in elementary high school, I'm shy, I'm silent, and I'm sexy. SSS. Shy, silent. I don't know. Sabi
Okay,
nila, hindi daw nila
sexy.
makikita yung shyness ko at saka silence ko. Di ba? So, ito na ngayon yung
Very
example. I have always been
mm,
a shy person. You can hone it.
mm,
Join groups. Yun lang talaga.
yeah,
The easiest way.
yeah, that's true. With bringing out of from your shell, no, you have to really
Mm,
explore people.
mm-mm.
There's, I guess, we can also get this one more question. Ma'am, there's been times where people in the
Yeah.
community settings are not receptive to communication, mostly because of high stress. How can we calm the person down so that we can establish communication to initiate counseling?
Okay. Depende sa I cannot have a concrete one answer to that, no? Depende kasi sa sitwasyon, no? But always
Yeah,
just diffuse the anger
situation.
by
Mm-mm.
trying to really understand kung ano yung kailangan niya. Eh talagang kung itong person is already unreasonable, then maybe you can change topic a little. Ma'am, yun palang
Yes.
ano, ganito. And then just to diffuse the anger. Or otherwise, you say, ma'am, even if ikaw na yung manager, ha, sabihin mo, ma'am, I just want to call the manager so that he can talk to you. And then you let somebody else come. Yun lang talaga the only
Okay.
way, no? So, sasabihin mo lang
It's
na,
still,
so,
yeah.
you should have an agreement among your staff members na pag ganito na, I have to move back tapos ikaw na ang pupunta doon.
Okay.
Pagka
Yeah,
iba
it
na
still
yung
boils
kausap,
down.
ma'am, ano pala yung problema? Yung another person comes in na, medyo mag-calm down na siya kasi
They,
ibang tao na yung kausap niya.
yeah, it still boils down to empathy, right,
Hmm.
ma'am? So, I guess, if only, ma'am, we are extended to in time, but unfortunately, in the interest of time, I think, ma'am, this is the best time to probably give your last few messages or words of advice to our fellow pharmacists out there.
Yun lang. Ang ano ko lang dito is, stay safe. We need you alive in the new normal. Thank you. Love you.
Okay.
We pray for
Thank you
each
so
other.
much. There you go. Thank you. Okay, there you have it. We have heard from the Miss Marilyn Chu, and we're very grateful again. So thank you. Now,
Thank you.
before we formally end this webinar, just a few reminders. Can I have my slides? Let's see. Okay. Uh-huh. So again, reminders to earn the full credit of this webinar. Uh, just please answer the post-it and evaluation that will be emailed to you after this webinar. We have applied this session to PRC Board of Pharmacy. And after a week, you will be receiving your downloadable certificates and also the link to this webinar recording. We do apologize what happened earlier that we had like a 3-minute blackout, but rest assured this is all in recording and will be sent to you in a week's time. Okay. As you have heard already her name during the session, our next webinar will be featuring Dean Yolanda R. Robles. She will be talking on advances in pharmaceutical dosage forms. This will be on May 12, 2 o'clock to 3:30 also. So we hope to see you there too. Okay. Now, I know all of you are already acquainted to our Facebook page, UMed Online. For those who haven't yet, please do like our page so you may be able to receive notifications of our offerings and what our next upcoming webinars will be. I also like to inform you that we do share our previous webinars for those who missed it. These are the topics found in the left of your screen. We had topics on COVID, on TB, aging male, mental health, and coping in the time of COVID, and also on Parkinson. And probably soon you'll be seeing also mom's webinar recording. Now, we would like to invite you. We do appreciate all the gratitude and thankful messages that you have shown us, and we also would like to see it really. Please do show your appreciation by posting like a picture similar to this of your webinar experience, or probably type a comment in the feedback of the related webinar poster or recording you attended. And please don't forget to insert a hashtags UMeducates, UMed webinar, and UMed. So please, we really would like to see your positive feedback. Hopefully positive. Okay. Um, have you heard of the Unilab Health Plus for pharmacists? Well, this is the first that you're probably, for those who are new to it, um, so this is a membership program designed for pharmacists to have access to relevant pharmaceutical newsletters, CPD seminar opportunities, health and wellness articles, and promos and discounts. So to join this, you just have to just uh, key in the URL, and it will direct you to their website. So please be a member. So with that, before I end, I remind you again, please do answer the post test and the survey. And I'd like to thank also our partners, Corporate Branding Group of Unilab, and also ULCH and Pediatrica for graciously inviting also our pharmacy friends. So with that, my team would like to say thank you. There's Leah and Julie and myself, Caris. Do hope to see you again on May 12th. Thank you very much. Goodbye.